Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am just going through the motions, getting into the fall vibes, doing everything cozy and fun, making some chili, getting out a cute fall puzzle, doing a little cleaning and straightening up and all that good stuff. Right now, I am just fighting this puzzle box. I have a collection of puzzles that I got from Goodwill. I got one for each season. The one that I'm doing now is from Goodwill, but I got this from my grandparents' house. I asked my grandfather if I could keep it because I'm pretty sure it's the same, I guess, artist or designer or whatever that made the other puzzles that I have, or is like very similar, so that's why I wanted to keep it. I am just getting out my pot to get started on my chili. I was craving chili, so yeah. I'm learning how to make stuff with what I have on hand instead of like looking for recipes first and then buying the ingredients. I just buy the things I know that we eat. I buy a whole bunch of fruits and veggies and meat. I try to keep my freezer stocked and just take out a few things here and there throughout the week. I do not cook every day, y'all. I do not cook dinner every day because we do eat leftovers, and sometimes I'll make breakfast for dinner, or sometimes I'm just like every person for themselves at this point because I really don't feel like doing anything. On those days, my husband will make my son some kind of snacky meal, or if I don't cook, I can make a snacky meal for him, but we just eat whatever we can find. In my chili, I have chopped onion, I do garlic. Instead of broth, I love using bouillon paste. So I just like however much broth a recipe calls for, I will fill up my mason jar with that much water, and then I'll measure out the bouillon paste, put it in the water, shake it up, and that's basically broth. So that's what I do with everything. It comes in 3 different flavors. You get beef, chicken, and veggie, and I have all 3. You can buy it at Costco's if you want like the big jars, and that's what I have. I have moved to the living room. You'll see me going back and forth a lot. This is like real life, y'all. We don't do one thing and then go to the next. Moms are all over the place doing multiple things at one time. So I folded some laundry earlier and now I'm just putting it away. I think this was mostly my son's stuff. I can't remember, but putting all this laundry away while watching TV. Right now I've been binge watching Bones. I absolutely love that TV show. So you just see me glancing up at the TV as I going by. I put my apron on, y'all, but the thing was sliding down off of my belly. This baby is getting big. I'm going to tell y'all something that my son said just the other day. We were on our way to school. Well, I was on my way to take him to school. When we walked out the door, I told him, "Oh, mommy tummy hurt. I think I gotta go poop." And he was like, "Oh, is it the baby? Is the baby just grown so big?" I was like, "Yeah, the baby's grown big." He was like, "And those 2 things too." And he was pointing at my chest. And I was like, "Yes, child, yes. Those things too." That boy has no filter, okay? You just see me putting the chopped onions in the pot, sauteing the onions and garlic Getting those nice and fragrant. It took me quite a while to ground this beef up because it was still a little frozen in the center. I had it in my fridge for a few days, but my fridge has been freezing things, so it didn't thaw the ground beef out all the way. So I did have it in some water while I was prepping everything else, but it's still a little frozen. So I'm just using my spoon to break it up as best as I can. I eventually put the top on so it can, do its thing. And then after that, while it's a little bit easier to break up, and I got it together. as I said before, I'm trying to use things that I already have on hand. I usually use diced tomatoes instead of tomato sauce, but I didn't have any more diced tomatoes, so that's why I'm using tomato sauce in this video. But it still turned out really great. I still loved it. I'm throwing in my broth that I made, and then I'm going to throw in the beans. I'm using black beans and kidney beans. That's what I had in my cabinet. I cooked the beans the night before. It took forever. I did make it, I cooked dry beans, so yeah, they take a long time to cook. So I made it the day before. I've been having a problem with my fridge, and I realized that I was like, let me go check the temperature on the fridge. Somehow it got turned up, and that's why it's been freezing everything. So like, you'll see me stirring the beans into the pot. There's like a big frozen chunk in there. That's that. The spices I use, I believe, of course, salt and pepper. I use chili powder, paprika, cayenne pepper. I want to say a little bit of cumin, and I use light brown sugar. I am attempting to do this puzzle. I finished the other puzzle I had, my first fall puzzle that I got from Goodwill myself. That one was really fun, and it was a little challenging because there was like a lot of trees in the background. Like, I got the buildings done and no problem, but the trees is what took forever. But I do remember this puzzle being difficult for me and my grandfather to do, especially getting the border together. So yeah. My chili is all done cooking, so I'm just filling up my bowl with my wooden ladle. And I didn't have anything to make cornbread with. I always forget to buy some when I go to the grocery store, so I couldn't make cornbread. And I was like, I have these tortilla chips in the cabinet that's been up here for a while, so I just crunched a whole bunch of tortilla chips on top of my chili, and it was amazing. That chili was like perfect. The balance of the spice and sweetness was really great. I really enjoyed it. Y'all see me struggling to get this bag open, but I got it open. I'm gonna do a little taste test for y'all, and then I'm gonna see y'all later because I had to go finish this chili. Baby girl was hungry.